Hey, nice place here, right? Yeah, I know, right? Great backdrops for videos. So, diving right in, you ready for today's topic? Yep, you're sharing about content roadmap, correct? Yes, and the overall strategy too. And you'll be doing this with me too, right? You really need me? Okay, sure. Okay, come, let's go. Wrong. Hey, this is Colin from Learns Marketing. Hey, I'm Colin from Learns too. So, while he focuses on the entrepreneurship part of the business, right, I deal more with the video production end. Anyway, we are here to share with you the content roadmap and strategy that we adopt. Yes, in fact, this is the very roadmap and strategy that we use on many of our clients. So that with the videos that he makes for them, right, our clients will not ask the question, why won't our customers buy from us? Yep, so allow him to share with you that 7-step content roadmap and strategy. And I'll chip in when we come to talking about content later. So Colin, you take over first. I'll go and set up for today's shoot. Sure thing. Okay, before I start with sharing that 7-step content roadmap and strategy, right, we have to know what this is for and how this can help you. You see, in business nowadays, right, we can no longer just put out a website and just wait for people to contact us there. Now, the only way aside from buying a ton of ads on social media, right, is to produce content and push them out on various platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and LinkedIn. When your audience see your content and see it often enough throughout their buying journey, right, and for that, watch the first episode on this if you haven't. And when it's the right time for them to do so, for that, you watch our second episode for that. And they will be more likely to buy from you. So this is why you need to have a strategy and roadmap for the content that you create. Because creating content really isn't very difficult, but planning on how, when, and why to use them is the challenging part today. Step 1, identify your target audience. Now, before everything, the first thing that you have to figure out is your target audience. Who do you want to attract to watch your content? Engage on them and eventually convert via the call to action that you put out. Now, contrary to belief, right, it is best not to target everyone out there unless you are ready to commit a ton of resources. So my advice is to focus on a niche audience. And today, different audience have they're segregated over different social media platforms generally. Now, for instance, if you're targeting Gen Z consumers, right, TikTok and to some extent YouTube Shorts should be your go-to platforms. And for millennial consumers, you have like better chances posting on Instagram. And for Gen Xers and older audiences like me, right, Facebook is best, maybe YouTube too. And if you're just targeting self-employed professionals, LinkedIn is perhaps the best platform to be in. Again, remember, don't target broad, especially at first. Focus as niche as possible given your limited resources. Step number 2, define your goals. Now, this is a step that I see many people skipping, and in the end, right, they just end up failing to get the right customers. Because on social media, it is very easy to get distracted, not only for users, but also for business owners like you and me. And that's because vanity metrics such as the number of reach, engagement, and especially followers can distract us from what we set out to do in content creation in the first place. So our ultimate goal must always be conversions and sales, and this should be our long-term goal. Only for the short-term to maybe mid-term, right, you can focus a little bit more on reach, engagement, and followers. Step number 3, know your capacity. Now, at times, especially when you first start your entrepreneurship journey, right, you want to achieve a lot. So you probably start to set a super high goal. But really, in my experience, the more grounded entrepreneur who is fully aware of working towards a realistic goal, right, the more chances in success will he get. So know how much resources in terms of knowledge, time, and funds you have. Now, not everyone can do a video or post a day, which is more or less a norm nowadays. And if you cannot, right, do the best you can. Now, for example, if you can only spare your weekends and some evenings, aim to produce one video along with maybe 3 to 5 posts per week. Now, if you can spare one more weekday, then maybe do 1 to 2 videos and between 4 to 7 posts weekly. And if you are already full-time in your business, aim to create between maybe 3 to 5 videos weekly, along with 7 to 14 posts. Oh, by the way, if you think that these numbers are scary, right, know that these are spread across all the different platforms. So One video on Facebook and one video on YouTube counts as 2. And if you're curious, right, here at Learns, we are creating at least maybe like 14 to 21 videos and posts per week. And that's possible for me because I have a team helping in all our content creation. And you should probably aim to outsource whenever possible too, because your time especially, should be spent on your business, not only on content creation. Step number 4, outline a content calendar. You've seen everyone preaching you to do this because in my experience, right, this is very important. If you don't have one to guide you, right, chances are you'll be straying away from your roadmap, and worse, you just do nothing. Because like 95% of workshop attendees I've taught don't have one, and that's why they're struggling to achieve their content strategy for the year. So create a content calendar, and not only one, but one for the week, one for the month, and one for the year. And you should outline the different platforms that you will be posting on. Lastly, when possible, right, outsource the management of this task to a social media manager, because again, you should be focusing on your business, and you can affordably engage a freelancer or a vendor to be doing this for you. Now, speaking of outsource, right, do know that you can easily approach us here at Learns to help you. Or if you prefer to learn how to, right, including the details of whatever I've shared above, you should consider signing up for my 6 Figures Entrepreneur course. It's only $20 and you get up to 70 more other topics to guide you on your journey to making 6 figures in your business. Okay, coming back, right, 3 more steps in our strategy to grow, and I'll leave those to our video production Colin. Step 5, create your content. Hey, so Entrepreneur Colin has shared with you the first 4 steps, right? Now we are diving into creating the content itself. Now, creating content, be it videos, photos, or text, right, can be daunting, because probably the first thing that you think about is the effort that is needed to go into it. So let me share some of the best practices to help you. Now, first, devote 1 day a month to come up with the ideas for the subsequent month. Now, this is called front loading, and it is a lot more efficient than thinking about the idea when you need them. Second, when it comes to the time for you to produce your content, right, build out a habit to document your business and personal life whenever possible. Now, oftentimes, right, you will forget to take a photo or a video of what's happening there and then, and so creating content becomes a chore afterwards. Well, if you cannot be shooting every now and then, right, then in this case, you just invest 3 to 4 days in a month to just shoot videos, photos, and edit them, along with whatever copies that you need to write. Again, this is front loading. So back to videos. Now, shoot vertical ones for short videos on TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and YouTube Shorts. Shoot horizontal videos like this one for Facebook and YouTube. And again, take a lot of photos whenever you can, because they will just come in handy in your future posts. Oh, and thirdly and lastly, right, like what the other Colin has mentioned, whenever possible, outsource. Get an editor or a vendor to be editing your videos, because this will take up most of your time. And same goes for text, content writing, and copywriting. Oh yes, and do some research on how to use AI too. Step number 6, measure your results. Now, posting your content is one thing. To know exactly how well they work, right, you need to consistently be measuring your results. Now, do this at least weekly if you have 3 to 7 posts per week. Then once a month, right, measure in every area, your reach, engagement, followers, and actually most importantly, your conversions and sales. Now, how do you consider when your content strategy is working? Well, you need to reach a consistent result to arrive at that conclusion, and that means a minimum of 3 cycles in a row. Meaning, if you get positive growth for 3 weeks in a row, right, you're actually getting somewhere. But if during those 3 weeks, the outcome goes up and it goes down, then it doesn't count. Eventually, if your result is positive, increase your effort by investing in more of the same content or increasing the quality or quantity of them at the 4th week or the 4th month. But if the result is negative for 3 consistent cycles, right, then you probably need to change tactics. Step number 7, improve your strategy. Now, last step in our 7-step strategy is the most important in my opinion, because regardless of your results, right, you need to aim for improvement in your strategy. You need to improve on things like your knowledge with constant research and learning. And actually nowadays, you can simply do this through watching content on Instagram or YouTube. Or you can consider signing up for our 6 Figures Entrepreneur course to shortcut your learning. Now, next, you need to improve on your skills in terms of video shoots, photo taking, editing, and writing with each session. And you also need to find a way to improve in your efficiency so that you can create content faster. Now for us here at Learns, right, we have this mantra to improve 1% at a time in everything we do. Anyway, like we mentioned so many times, right, do not keep doing everything yourself. Remember, outsource when you're able so that you have more time to improve also, okay? Okay, so I hope the 7-step content roadmap and strategy that we have shared with you is helpful for you to start your content creation journey. Yep, like we mentioned at first, this is what we get our clients to do if they didn't have a strategy on content creation in the first place. And when they stick to this strategy, right, they get results. That's right. Now, if you need help in any of those steps with your roadmap, feel free to put in a comment below. Or you can just get us to help you and we'll do up your content too. We're happy to help. That's right. That's why there are so many clients who engage us to help them in their content creation. Anyway, do consider subscribing to our channel so that you'll not miss out on the next and last episode in this series. Yeah, and that's when you will be recommended on what you should be doing for the rest of 2023. So stay tuned to learn more about why clients won't buy from you and make them to do so eventually. We'll see you then. Don't forget to like this video, okay? See you. Bye-bye.